between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Intercepted. Picked up by and the Cowboys are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And this is just a
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Hey, kill! Here we go, 47. Here we go to 54.
Throwing it on 2nd down. Prescott. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, kill! Hey, kill! Hey, 47! They were going to 53. 26!
Able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
Hey, go, get out there. Here we go, go to 54. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 47. 46.
Tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on him. And him on the ground.
Number 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Here go 46. 47. 26.
Here's Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it. Occasionally, you break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Here go kill.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Gun. Here go 47. Here go 154. 26.
Turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you get them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on it. Look out. You've won the mental battle.
Hey, kill.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, kill. 47. Hey, 47. 26.
For Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Joey Carpenter. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a pucker touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine if the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's what the play wants to go in the quarterback's hands. You just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Dad swinging this out quickly. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first.
down.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Going to 53.
Explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches.
Under. Going to 53. Going to 54. Going to 54. Wide.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go, 46, 46. Switch. Here we go, 47. Here we go, 46. 47. Here we go, kill. Here we go, 47. Here we go, going to 54. Right here. Here we go.
Complete. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, the defender was right on him.
Here we go, 154. Right here.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play. And we'll gain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
Here we go, kill. Hey, kill. Packers
give him nowhere to go when they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And Lambo will put this one through. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still a very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense over. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a little more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing forcing an interception in the previous one?
Oh, I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe get a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things started.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Of course, he's coming off that monster game in their wild card victory, but that's his first catch here in the divisional round.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
50.
Rodgers. That one caught downfield by Watson. Touchdown! Christian Watson, 46 yards. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Rashawn Gary that time through the line and getting the tackle for loss.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Hey, kill! 47.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
Hey, 47.
Bring it.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, going to 52.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Tariq Carpenter. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising. What reason? What's going on out there?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down.
Well, they certainly took too long to set up play action, and that gave the pass rush time to get home for his first sack of the game. For their sake, they may start to think about a quick game and leave play action alone for a little while.
To try again after the sack. Rodgers throwing left side, and Watson has it. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Great starting position to begin the drive, and now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Shotgun now, Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard, and he's going to have the Packers first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Touchdown carry by Jones. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Play action. Rodgers. Rolled out to his right. He's caught. And he's pulled down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. As the first half is winding down, and the Packers continue to pull the playoff surprises. They lead big here on the road. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Pulls it in at the 13. And able to get this out to the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out they trust their guys in this situation that they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, Prescott's Tolbert hauls it in. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Here we go 47. Here we go 46. 47. Come on. Here we go kill. Here we go go to 54. Go to 54. Right.
Take a shot for Gallup. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. To return from the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And Charles, this is a team that's had so much success this year. They haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. For this opening drive, an important one.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third
Here we
down.
go, 47. Here we go, 54. Hey, kill. Hey, kill. 47. And 47. 26.
This pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing defense. The contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Let's take it inside. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they got to be free. So far in this one, they've got the nice lead. They've got a chance to score here in 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, the way that they are rolling, I just don't know.
Touchdown, Packers! They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Now Crosby for the point after. PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. To return from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a first and 10.
We're going to 53.
26.
26.
Play action. They'll throw. Able to hit his target land. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So
Go, get out there, get out there.
Here's 1st and 10 at the 49. Prescott. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Here we go, go to 54, go to 54. Right here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 47.
Prescott to throw. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Still in search of the first touchdown of the game.
Kill.
1st and 10.
47. Here we go, 46. 47. 46.
Prescott. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone points up on the board.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup.
Here we go, kill. 26.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and 1.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, 54. Right here. Hey, kill. 26.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going, a little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Here we go.
Right here.
Go. Hey, kill. Hey, 47.
He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They've moved right down the field.
Here we go, going to 53.
They're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Under. Here we go, going to 54. Going to 54. Here we go, 46. 46. Here we go, 47. 46. Here we go, 46.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Here we go.
The delay in game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal.
47.
Prescott down. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Bring it up.
15 yards out, and the Cowboys get a bit closer. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the lead is down to 28-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The partner is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes it's not really. Last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Rodgers now on first down. He's got time to complete through the middle. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
You've got to be smarter than that.
21 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball, leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage.
One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back on.
Going on first down is Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. Rodgers with a give to Terry Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 34. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them. Walking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're on the
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down, and needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Expect to be in this situation on fourth down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up. If you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Kill.
Some advancing past this divisional round, hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Here's Prescott. Fire deep downfield from Lamb. They got his man. Complete.
Here we go. 47.
Right at the 45-yard line. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Packers Offense will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Heavy rush, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he should have
50. Hey, you block over here.
Getting double and putting the big guy on the ground.
They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
Hey, kill! Hey, kill!
Following the interception, here's playing now. Loose football. The ball comes out. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they have to be feeling pretty good. A comfortable fourth-quarter lead as they try to follow the fumble recovery. Now the deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 34.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter do the old hold up four fingers kind of meaning the third quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
A first down run here by Jones as he'll take it forward for a gain of about 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. As they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Intercepted a third time. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 33. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone an individual. I think after the second one, he's telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
Throwing again on second down. Prescott. That's Elliott. Complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Everybody go to 54. Go to 47.
Prescott, first down. Throw left side is caught by Tolbert. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout.
We're going to 53.
See it through to the end. I think they let their guard down.
We're going to 54. Going to 54. Why?
Sometimes when you try not to give up bigger plays,
We're going 46. 46. 46.
He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
After the incomplete pass here now is second and 10.
47. Here go 46. 47. 26.
Prescott from the gun. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll be brought down just short of 40. In search of 40 yards here to pick up the first down.
We're going to 54. Why?
Here's Prescott. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up the first down.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game.
Hey, kill! Hey, kill! Hey, 47!
First down, Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Elliott. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. And the Packers come up with a late turnover. And it will really matter to the statisticians as this ballgame is now officially over. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship. And now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.